The early morning over the rocky hills is just beginning to turn a soft amber light. The camera slowly slides along the cracks in the dried-up earth, where the heat of the past day is still stored. Here, among rare shrubs and heated basalt boulders, one of the most mysterious creatures of this region lives. A small fire Pokémon, which researchers conventionally call Charmander. At first glance, he seems fragile, no taller than a human knee, with smooth orange skin and disproportionately large eyes that reflect the slightest movement around. But the main feature that makes it impossible to confuse it with any other species is the living flame at the tip of its tail. Scientists believe that this fire performs several functions at once: thermoregulation, signaling to relatives, and perhaps even an emotional expression of the creature's condition. At first light, Charmander leaves his hiding place in a rock crevice. The coolness of the night is dangerous for its fiery nature, so it instinctively looks for areas where the stones heat up the fastest. We watch as he gently touches the surface with his paw, as if checking the temperature before settling on a flat boulder. The flame on the tail is getting brighter, a sign that the energy exchange is stabilizing. Despite his reputation as a fiery creature, Charmander leads a surprisingly cautious lifestyle. Its diet, according to biologists, consists of small insects, dried seeds, and rare minerals containing sulfur and iron. Sometimes he uses a weak jet of fire to scorch the tough shell of his prey. This is not an attack, but rather a subtle survival tool developed over thousands of years of evolution. But loneliness doesn't last long. In the distance, a soft rustle is heard. Another Charmander appears from behind the rocks. There is no aggression between them. They move in an arc, carefully observing each other. The flames of their tails flutter slightly, as if exchanging silent signals. Perhaps this is how temporary alliances are formed that help young individuals survive the most vulnerable period of their lives. However, the world around us is full of dangers. The sudden movement of a shadow in the sky causes both to freeze instantly. A bird of prey makes a circle over the valley. At this point, it becomes clear that Charmander's small size and bright flame make him a notable target. He presses himself against the warm stone, reducing the power of the fire to a barely noticeable flicker. Disguise is a matter of life and death here. When the threat disappears, the creature slowly straightens up. The sun is already high, and the valley is filled with heat. For Charmander, this is the time of greatest activity. He explores the area, leaving thin claw marks in the sand. Every step is part of the ancient rhythm of nature, in which fire and stone exist in a delicate balance. We are just beginning to understand the role of this species in the ecosystem. Charmanders may be preventing the spread of dry fires by controlling combustible plants. Perhaps their flames are connected to geothermal energy deep underground. The mystery remains unsolved, but one thing is already clear. This is not just a mythical creature from legends, but an amazing example of how life can take on the most incredible forms. And while the sun is slowly sinking toward the horizon, a small fiery figure dissolves among the glowing stones, continuing its quiet, almost imperceptible struggle for existence in the world of wildlife.